So I says to him, I said, "Oh, what's going on, you two world? Brad, Steve, Michael, the whole gang, minus our friend Vincenzo, who's neck deep in work and fun and life, on Bobby Lou, and our good friend Mark. Everybody's the other three are all fucking so busy with shit. It's like try to text them just like, hey, what's are you guys good?
Yeah.
I want to do something outside of the group chat. I want to know, hey, everybody okay? Because yeah, you can like Rennie will pop in late, and Ed and him will be talking till fucking God knows when in the morning. Cause thankfully, don't have like the buzzing and the chimes and all that stuff for the phone. The text messages, it's silent. So wake up and there's like 18 messages. And I'm like, I went to bed and there was none, and that was 10:30. I woke up and it's 3:30. Okay, let's. What did Ed and Vinny talk about? And maybe the lowest rung is somewhere in there too with like a couple smatterings. But episode 289.
It's not near as bad as what it once was because I'd be laying down and all of a sudden Ed and freaking Paul and Vinny would be on a tangent of some kind. And literally, like every time, it's like fucking God bless, fellas. Like, what's so important that you're gonna end up going like 30 something fucking text messages at 11:30 at night? Like, come on.
They were just excited that the others were up.
Well,
No, because that's usually the thing. They're usually up.
normal. That's legit normalcy there, where Paul will just jump in with something completely random, and that gets Ed going.
Yep. Because
And Vinny will chime in to sort of like needle Ed, and then Ed will get more excited, and then he'll just like message like 4 or 5 times in a row, like others we do know. It's just like, Ed, settle down. I know you're coming off the work high. Let's
yep.
let's drop her into neutral.
We've
Have
all
an old
figured
fashioned. Just sit down and relax.
we figured out though how that all is. Like you said, Ed's coming off the work high because of what he does. Vincenzo never sleeps,
No,
you
and he
know,
never stops working.
and Paul works a lot of night shifts, overnight shifts. So like that just makes sense. And then if they're up at 2, 3, 3:30 in the morning, then Dave will pop in with something because he's up getting ready to go to work. And it's like, yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I'll add
interesting.
2 cents, and then nobody will add theirs till 7:30 or 8 o'clock. I'm like, once again, I've killed the chat. So.
No, it's because that's when the normal people get up.
We got two abnormal people getting up at that time.
Yeah, the two of you up top.
And now it's cooling down a bit at night, so I can actually sleep for maybe a human amount of hours.
Please define human amount of hours.
Between 4 and 5. If I can get that much sleep, I am good.
But what makes that defined as human?
I just said it.
Okay. I just wanted to clarify. Just had to
For me,
ask.
for me, that's a 5 hours is a good number.
Good deal.
I can't get like the 12-year-old like 10 hours of sleep anymore. That's again, I've said it before. Unless I'm like sick or like you travel forever in a day, then you need that one day of just like I'm out. Like um,
Lou. What's up, Lou? So
one
not
of
to
the
not to rub it in, Dave, but ever since I was I can no longer say I'm unemployed because I'm not unemployed anymore. I just haven't started the new job yet. not trying to rub this in, but normally I'm not used to sleeping in. Like, and I'm using air quotes because everybody's definition of sleeping in is different.
Correct.
Sleeping in for one person could be like 7:00 in the morning.
That is
Or
sleeping in.
Others could be later. Again, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Others could be earlier
or later.
or earlier.
So I have to admit, there has been a couple times since July 24th that I found myself waking up at 10:00 in the morning.
Oof.
And let me tell you, like to walk, to get up, because like I have no reason to set an alarm clock, right? I stay up till whenever, when it's like, okay, now I'm tired, I'll go to bed. I don't need to like force myself to go to bed at X amount of time or whatnot. And the couple times I slept till 10:00, I'm like, what the fuck? Like I haven't done this since I like 20 years ago. Like this is like no, something's not right.
It's summer vacation.
But I woke up at 6:45 this morning, which was still earlier because remember, I work from home. I worked from home. I will be working from home most of the time. The alarm clock went off at 7:45 because I literally walked from my bedroom to right here. So it's not like I had to get up any earlier. That's going to change, of course, because I got to go in the office one day a week. So it'll be interesting. I'm probably going to go to bed at like 8:00 on Sunday, just so I can make sure I'm up in time to drive to the office. Because that would be really bad to be late on the first day. Don't you?
Dave and I are still trying to figure out how to do our job from home, but
That's kind of hard to do. That's kind of hard to do.
Same. I've been trying to figure it out for 7 years.
Yeah, the code
You
video.
kind of manage people, though, Michael. Like, couldn't you partially do some of your stuff from home?
Do what now?
You oversee people, kind of.
Yeah, my staff all works at night.
So,
I work during the day. They work at night.
but are you actually physically doing anything, or is it like computer-related shit?
No, I do both.
Okay. But is there certain stuff, though, technically you could actually get done from home? Technically.
Oh, yeah. But, I mean, I don't have to do that much admin stuff.
Okay. And that's
Like-
all I was curious.
Like day to day, I don't have to do a ton of admin stuff. Twice a month, whenever different pay periods and shit. That's when.
Okay. So you don't do enough that would justify the opportunity for you to actually work from home. It's ultimately what I was getting at.
It's literally not possible for me to work at home because I have different duties that I have to do at work
Gotcha.
physically on location. Yeah,
Makes sense.
I wish that I just fucking didn't have to do it.
But that's the same thing for Brad. That's the same thing for Dave. Like they physically have to be there in order to do the duties.
Yep.
I mean,
like
Dave,
technically,
if you had the ability to have access to whatever, I'll call it the ordering system, like technically you could probably do that from where you're sitting right now. If you had the access and it was remote.
Yeah, if I had like an inventory manager,
Yeah.
like something on the, but again, that would be well beyond the store's like intelligence level.
Understood. Understood. But that's what I'm saying. Like the rest of it, like you're there to manage the department. So it's more than just ordering shit for said department.
There's fucking so much.
Well, but you work with a bunch of idiots. Brad, do you work with a bunch of idiots though? Is it near as bad as Dave?
No. The thing is, yeah, Costco will have the best of what retail is. Now that's not saying they're the best, but
Yeah.
of retail, it is the best. Yes.
That's not like a high ceiling. It's a
Where it's 50-50, not 90-10, you know.
Okay.
I was waiting for the
10%
butt.
of people do everything. Yeah, it's more 50, you know.
Okay. Because initially I was waiting for the butt.
Yeah. So like we have 5 to 6 people, half of them are good, half of them are just average. But the
Okay.
average at least is just average, not horrible. Where his would be horrible, you know.
And that's putting it mildly.
mine.
That's the
Fucking
difference.
I've got a guy that's like 57. I call him Baby Huey.
Yeah.
Last 2 days he's called in. Yesterday with a cold. Today he's still sick. The cousin that works at the store said he saw him and his dad out by the family lake property with a boat going fishing.
Oh, that
So-
sounds like he drank too much and ended
Not-
up with like sun poisoning.
No, it wasn't even drinking. It's just that was
He
what
just didn't want to work. He'd rather go fishing.
Yeah, that was literally it. There was no drinking, no excess. It was like I just want to not work. So today when the milk came, and I knew I ordered a ton because I also ordered milk. I ordered the coffee that when you get like in the bins, I don't know what brands everybody's got. Up here, Cameron's is a big one. We've got Alicap that's out of Duluth, so we do theirs. But anything you have in the bin where you put the little paper bag underneath, and you can either grind it there or grind it at home. I order that. I order for the deli, and I know deli codes that I shouldn't know because I'm not a deli worker. Meat codes, I know meat codes that I shouldn't know because I'm not a meat worker. But when the milk came, I'm like, well, there's literally nobody else working. So the milkman dropped a pallet in there, or put a pallet away, I should say. And then I knew he had just went out the door to get another one.
69.
Milk was empty too, because I don't have a clue what the sales. I don't know what you want to call it, the algorithm. Why? Like milk is just like all of a sudden spiked. I mean, I order a good amount, and it's literally gone by Sunday. And I'm like, we get it Tuesday and Friday. So yeah, I put like 70 cases of milk up myself in just under a half hour. Which again, that's like him all afternoon from that time and again the milk truck was late, so but yeah, it's like, and the boss just, oh, I'm like, you gotta say something to him or I'm gonna fucking smoke him in the face. Because I'm like, you're not gonna do anything. I sure as fuck don't care. I'm gonna fucking do something. Well, I'm like, no, that's what I'm gonna throw him down as a well. Like, fuck
Allegedly.
this.
Allegedly.
No, this is guaranteed.
Allegedly.
Fucking rock or
Dave,
boulder on top of the
Dave.
well.
Allegedly.
After I throw a stick of dynamite down there, and
Allegedly.
The guy sucks. And I mean,
Obviously.
you get there at 8, you're in the coffee break room by 9, you're sitting down for a break by 9:30. You go in for like a snack at 11:30, you eat lunch at 12. You go
So
back
it sounds
in.
like they work what, an hour and a half of their 8-hour shift?
Well, working is very.
Is that a stretch?
Yeah, that's being
Okay.
very rigorous.
Okay.
Again, if you've been in retail, I don't know everyone's vernacular and verbiage. Facing, pulling stuff forward so it looks full. He does a lot of that where it doesn't need to be done.
Okay.
In like a pop aisle where, again, people are gonna reach for it no matter what. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's pop. I mean, it's not a jar of fucking salsa on the top shelf or beans or something.
So
I don't know if I
John,
could do that, Ty. I mean, there's a lot in life I deal with. I need some ease in my life, some ease, just like smooth sailing. That's what I want.
I'm pretty sure he would take a pay cut too.
So John, I believe it's 4 T-shirts, 3 polos.
There you go. 69. So I was right on. See, I pay attention.
And I think 2 jerseys that still fit.
That's not relevant. Wow, you telling me I actually have more Bronco jerseys than you have Dolphins jerseys?
Yeah, because I have
That's
a
crazy.
merino that doesn't fit. That was my childhood one. And I had
Okay,
an
but
McDuffie that doesn't fit from my childhood.
okay, but
Yeah.
I can understand that from your childhood.
Then I
Like,
have
get that.
a Zach Thomas Stitch one that I got for like $50 at a random store one year. I've had that thing for probably 18, 20 years, and it's still in good shape. And Larry Zonka that my brother bought me. Those 2 still fit. I think.
Should have wore the McDuffie one when you met Mojo. That would have been classic.
Yeah, dude, I didn't really get to talk to Mojo this year. First time ever. It was literally a walk by fist bump because he has a table now upstairs. The last 2 years.
Well, yeah, he's big time, man. Come on now.
Yeah,
He's too big for you now, Brad. You helped him, like, you helped raise his credibility.
That's right. So
Let's go with that.
no Mojo video this year.
No,
That's-
and they've
Go
been
ahead.
slow to put stuff out. Him and my boy out in New Jersey, those 2 have been slow to drop their national videos. Because usually it's about a week and a half, and they're moving on to whatever the next thing is.
Right, yeah.
Tyler's actually put out quite a bit. Maybe it just hasn't caught up to your algorithm yet.
No, today was
Because I've seen quite a bit, like, come across shit. Now Mojo, not. I have not, like, nothing's come across my algorithm or my recommended videos. But
which they
Tyler,
should
yes. Not that I care because I won't watch any of them, but we know this.
Yeah, he's only got 3. He's got day 1, 2, and 3 for the national. 11 days ago, 5 days ago, 7 hours.
Oh, yeah, the longer stuff. Okay.
Yeah, there is a guy at that table that I think pretty much films almost all day. I see him like in that corner. He gives extra attention, of course, to bigger stuff, but like I think he's filming all day, and I think that's why it takes so long because you got to go through 10 hours of shit every day.
Well, yeah. Well, if you're smart, like you take notes and you figure out, okay, roughly when certain things happen,
3-hour mark,
or it's like do one of these so you kind of know. That's where you're searching in your videos as you're sorting through shit, so you kind of have an idea. It's like, okay, where was my kind of my action?
Yeah, but like I know Michael and I talked a little earlier in the week that, again, I'd recommended last week, watch Michael Ham.
Mm-hmm.
Again, he had a lengthy, which we love, walkthrough of showcases. And that's the stuff I like. If I can't be at a show, and I've started watching more like even the Florida shows that he's going through, just because it doesn't hurt to look for something you want, or it's something, hey, somebody else has something down there that I might want for one of you guys or one of the random miscreants of the IRP community.
Well, JJ, I mean, Marlin stuff, Florida. I mean, it's always possible.
The thing is, I say this to Orlando and Ham. There's no merino stuff in Florida, and I don't get it.
It's all
You
locked.
look at all these card shows, there's hardly anything, and I don't get it. You would think, oh, that's where a lot of them are. No, none of these card shows have jack squat. It's
all in Ohio.
Yeah, apparently.
Oh, Tyler got that NT he showed yesterday. I think on IG.
And I swear, anything I buy at Favre on eBay, it's East Coast or West Coast. It's very rarely from here in the Midwest.
Right.
It's ridiculous. Now, I see people post stuff from shows up in Wisconsin all the time that there's Favre stuff everywhere.
Yes,
And I'm like, yeah, I want that stuff, but doesn't show up down here and definitely doesn't show up on eBay. Probably because they can just sell to each other up there.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
there's also a difference between the collector and then the freaking dealer, though, too. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, you're probably getting top dollar up there, or it's going to be staying in collection there, or Florida. Where people
And the difference is with Dolphin stuff, the biggest fans don't live there.
No.
Yeah,
And that's one of the rare. Where at Green Bay, the biggest fans do live there. You know,
that's true.
Dolphins, the biggest fans don't live down there. So I think maybe that's something.
That could be part of it.
hell, I have to say, fucking, like, Denver. Yes, the bulk of Denver fans, yes, are in Denver, but let me tell you, and it's been a while, but the last Denver-Dallas game I went to, it had to have been like 55-45.
And the way
And
it is, watch games now that you don't have to be local anymore to watch your team
No.
or keep track of them. So it's
Oh,
that's
100%.
where it used to be, 30 years ago. That's all that was on TV was whatever your local.
And one of the best Bronco collections in the world is 3 hours to my east.
Correct.
Yeah, if Luke ever decided he needed money, he could just retire.
Yeah, just remind him that, like, if to at least reach out to me on at least some of the TD stuff, maybe.
So funny story that came from the National. I was talking to Nate at the get together, Tops 85-401, Nate.
Okay, I was like, which name? Just making sure.
And we were catching up, and we brought up, we're like, so what's the deal with Aaron Davis? Usually he comes with you if you come, And come to find out, he sold all his collection to Hoodie's Collectibles. So you guys might remember the Dan Marino that I picked up, the quotables. That was Aaron Davis's. Because he was one of the two guys I knew that had one. And I was like, wait, who bought it? Hoodies. I go back and look. Sure enough, it was Hoodies. He goes, yeah, he sold it to him like 2 months ago. And I was like, well, that tracks.
So
that was actually Aaron Davis and Dan Marino.
All the bat barrels, all that shit.
Yeah, he said because he reached out wanting to sell some of it. And then Hoodie looks at it and he goes, I will come up to you. I want to look at this thing. And he made him an offer he couldn't refuse, I guess.
Hey,
But if you guys are wondering what happened to Aaron Davis, well, he doesn't have cards, at least as of right now, according to Nate. So his collection is gone. People who know his collection, that was no joke. So
hey, you got to do what you got to do,
man. What Ryan does, so.
Yeah, you got to do what you got to do.
So, yeah, he said he got an offer he couldn't refuse. But I found that funny that, that was Aaron Davis's Marino. So.
Well, it stayed
cool.
in the
cool.
community.
Yeah.
That's Luke's. He's got 10 to 10.
Yeah, well, Luke just has some ungodly
Luke has
shit.
the quotables collection that he has is unreal. I mean, he's got both of the years that Manning had, or 3 years that Manning had him. He's got Deion Sanders with the primetime inscription. Yeah, I'm just looking at him there. I have him saved on my phone. Stuff from his. So nice.
Well, my thing is like he stumbled across TD shit that I never saw. And that was back in the time in which I was fucking always looking for stuff. Maybe I didn't buy it for whatever reason, but like I was constantly looking for new stuff. And I'm like, now, he could have got it from a show. He could, maybe it stumbled into Ryan's shop. Like, I don't know.
Luke was also plugged into that world whenever he was heavily into doing the breaking and all that stuff.
That makes sense.
If you hit high end Broncos, Luke was one of the guys you reached out to.
Mm-hmm.
So kind of like how I was with Chris Justice back in those days, where it was like, hey, if you want to move a TD, this is the guy you reach out to.
No.
Okay, makes sense. I get it. And like, not that I ain't mad, but if he moves on for some of that, because there's some stuff he has that's like, motherfucker, I would have really loved to have that.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, with the current market, it's like, I'm going to have to be very selective on like what I would be able to pick and choose. Because there's no way I would be, not that I couldn't afford some of the higher end prices. I would still have to be very selective on what I'd be willing to pay the price to pick up. Because some of it's stupid. Like, it just is.
Well, I mean, I want to say one of the Von Miller finites he sold was like 5,000 or 7,000, something like that. Every now and then somebody will reach out to him and make him the holy shit offer. And
and I get it.
Okay, I'll sell it. But
so I'm sure he's probably tapped into a lot of shit. But Vaughn's going to Dallas. He may want to start paying attention.
I'm actually surprised that because one card Luke always looked for was the certified mirror black quad with the two shields and
okay. Yep.
That card's been on eBay recently for it's like $5,000 or best offer, which isn't an absurd number in this day and age.
No,
I'm just surprised it hasn't sold yet with him going to the Cowboys.
Well,
it's very nice.
I find it interesting though. Like, Dallas needs help on defense, but like if Vaughn's searching for another Super Bowl victory, it's the wrong team to go to.
I mean,
it's a beaut.
It is. The only problem I have with Vaughn's stuff is
had to be a redemption then too, because it's got the Panini sticker.
Yeah, it was a redemption.
Okay.
Yeah. The thing with Vaughn is a lot of his cards have him in the jersey number 40 on it in his rookie year. There's a few sets that have the 58, but the majority of it's that 40. And that's a big turnoff for somebody like me. I would kind of steer clear of those ones. Because even his Topps Chrome rookie card has him in the 40 jersey, but the picture and everything that they use on the card, it makes him look like a tight end. Doesn't even make him look like a D end.
Yeah, makes sense.
But I know the super rookie auto, it sold not that long ago. I love that set. I still need to pick up a Favre.
97 Skybox Premium. The set Quick Strikes. It's the matchbook. Those are killer.
Because the seller had the stuff, and it had dumb
and hard as fuck to pull.
It was like 1 in 300. I'm like, you know what? The guy's got it for like an $8.99 opening bid, and this is like 15 years ago. Where you're like, I don't know if I want a nickel and dime shit. I'm like, I'll put because I was gonna go sleep. I was like, I'll put like a $25 bid on it. If I win it, I win it. If I don't, it's Jerry Rice. Somebody else can have it. I think I won those two for like 30 shipped. I don't know how.
Yeah, because those Quick Strikes, I remember. I got mine in a collection, so I was lucky. Actually, I got both of mine in a collection because I actually have dupes.
Great, thanks, Dave. Now all the quick strikes are going to be $100 in 2 weeks.
No, they're not.
You say no, but I'm
People
telling you,
don't.
have you paid attention the last 2 years?
Yeah, but people don't pay attention to this.
I'm telling you,
I think they
all
do.
it takes is one person. I've seen
They
it.
speak it into existence.
Yep. It's just like stuff no one gave two craps about. And you're like, why is it $80 now?
Okay, that's great. Let it be spoken into existence because I got a TD dupe that I'll fucking move.
The only thing, I think it's because of just the uniqueness of what the card is.
For that, yes, because it opens up and it looks like a matchbook. It's
Yeah.
fucking cool.
But some people, it's like, well, I don't want like the game day ones, or I don't want the marsupials, or I don't want something like that where it's not the normal type of card. So
But yeah, like the concept is it like opens up like a matchbook. It's just the coolest fucking thing.
But you might be safe since you can't really grade it. So maybe you're safe.
correct.
Yeah.
And like,
That's another thing we need to talk about, that addiction to grading, dude. It's just so.
That's all.
I walk around this show and I go, half of this shit should not be in the slab.
oh
Yeah.
god, there's
There's why.
tons of stuff that
Like,
just
why was my
like,
Marino 101 in a slab? And it was in the big, thick one where the card was moving around. I cracked it out. I said, what are we doing?
Well, I mean, it started with Zion's rookie card. I mean, that's when the ridiculous grading every fucking base card started happening, and it clogged up the system.
Well, and why PSA still is the creme de la creme after all the shit that you continuously see in like the inconsistencies and all the other kind of shit. It's like, again, I don't give two flying fucks who end up leading the charge when it comes to the grading world. I really don't care.
No.
Now, from a selling perspective, yeah, everybody, you want your shit in PSA slabs because it holds the premium. But the question becomes, because of all the stuff that you keep seeing, is PSA going to be the creme de la creme 2 years from now? Or is it going to shift?
Well, I just don't know when the switch happened and why all of a sudden PSA became the most important one. Because to me, back when I got into collecting in 2010, all the way up until, the last 5 or 6 years, it was BGS.
back at Gold Label, and then when they introduced the Black Label, it was like
A lot of it just has to do, they were willing to spend the money to keep up with the times.
Yeah.
They had the vision. These other companies did not. They kept playing in the small end of the pool. And PSA is like, this is getting bigger. Let's invest. And then they were able to take the scale up, And now it's just stupid.
No, Beckett does not have upcharges.
No, that's the one plus.
Well, and another does. I'm assuming what
CGC.
PSA is the only one that
SGC.
does.
SGC, also being owned by PSA. They don't do upcharges. It's only PSA.
Yet.
Well, and you're right. Yet it's always that possibility.
But I mean, people are grading these because people won't buy a card. That's why I was talking to those back pages, because he used to be Mr. I wanted into the slab. He didn't care so much about the grade, but now he has gotten to the point where he's like, it's the same darn card whether it's in the slab or not.
Correct.
And he's starting to it's starting to connect, I think, with him that wait, I'll just pay 30% less for the same exact card. I don't want the Gym Met 10 anyways. It's like, so I think he's finally like.
Well, I mentioned it before on this show where I had been at shows and I hear the younger, like the kids and everything, and the people that are just getting into the hobby, even if they're in their 20s, the way they talk about their collection isn't who they collect and what they collect. It's, I have 150 slabs.
Yeah.
Slabs became
The standard.
it like something that you collect, not what was in them, but just the slabs. And just, I picked up 20 slabs today. Okay.
And
Yeah, how many times I heard something about pop, low pop, high pop, low. Oh, good Lord.
Yeah.
but that's what it's turned into. This it's us as collectors are a sliver of the
Right.
pie these days.
It used to be those were the loudest, not the majority.
Correct.
Now we are outnumbered.
Mm-hmm.
You are significantly outnumbered now.
Significantly.
Yes.
Yep.
It's not just the loud crowd anymore. It's
And-
just you are outnumbered now.
And believe me, when I got this card in, I wanted to. The urge is to bust it out of the slab and put it in a magnetic. Just because my shield version of this is in a magnetic, and I just want them to look better together.
Uniformity.
But I haven't been able to convince myself to crack this one because it's a 17-year-old label. I love the old Beckett labels. I just love the way they look.
Yep.
And then you turn it around on the back and it's got all the subgrades.
And yours looks like it's at least in the correct size where it's not moving around.
Correct.
Mine was literally, you could juggle it back. I'm like, what is this?
Yeah, it barely moves.
Oh,
You can hear it move a little bit, but with at least with Beckett, they put it in an inner sleeve.
Yes, it was.
Whereas PSA's cards move around all the damn time. There's no protection inside there. And I see all kinds of cards that are like PSA 10 and the edges are beat to shit because the card moves around.
Or like the stuff like the PMGs,
Yeah.
how sensitive that top skin, like all it's doing is touching plastic.
Yeah.
It's like, what's that? If I busted that out 20 years from now, you know paint's coming with that, and then part of the card's coming with that.
Yeah. For sure.
So I don't know, but yeah, I don't want to ever hear the word pop again. I think.
Well, you have so many idiots, and I've watched again my fair share of national coverage. You've got something to 35 PSA 9. Well, it's a low pop. Well, it's fucking low pop overall. You don't need to have a fucking artificial
Yeah.
number.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you there's 35 of them. That's all I need to know. I don't give a shit if all those 35 all like domino out, like 18 are ungraded and the rest are graded in various grades. I don't care. There's 35. And
Yep.
the artificial value because something's a PSA 10 that's numbered to 35 or 10 or it's like, no, it's fucking rare to begin with. You telling me that
My favorite pop one was a Barry Sanders National Treasure sticker auto from one of the years. Graded a 6. He put pop 1 on it.
Yeah.
I said, I bet it is.
Oh, was that the one that had all the Pacific careers and because that guy had and because there's another guy that I think I was going to mention last week and I got away from it. It's like Alaskan sports card.
Yes, that's Tim. Good people.
He's another guy I watch a lot of like the going through cases because he collects Sanders and Detroit guys. So I'm like, I know he's going to be looking at stuff that I enjoy. I know that's going to be a focal point. So no matter what I think of him, and I think he, again, like Brad just said, he seems pretty like on our level of just like a collector and enjoying stuff. But he came across and he had bought, and when I saw the table, I'm like, fuck, this dude was here last year because he bought something, and it was like Favorite Choice, the careers with the hollow foil, like the purple hollow foil, the gold hollow foil out of '97, Dynagon, I think. Just a lot of that cool Pacific stuff. But yeah, that one was like top 3 on the Kramer's Choice. I'm like, again,
Well, and the funny thing is, 2 years ago, he didn't have all that high end stuff in those cases. It's the same guy that you guys probably saw in 23. But this guy now he puts all the expensive, more like you notice they were all 300 plus, pretty much.
yes,
And he used to have the $60 ones, the $40 ones. Now I don't know if he had them behind the table, but yeah, I was like, this is the same guy because I recognized him. I'm like, yeah, these are the same people. But yeah, he definitely changed the business model there, which I get. But yeah,
yeah, and again, it's a case that again too. With that being said, today that for me doesn't mean much.
No.
Back then, again, too, Pacific made a lot, but a case was 1 in 720 packs. You had whatever 30, 20, 36 pound boxes in a case. So you most of the time were probably going to get one, but they always hedged on that side with that odd number instead of Tops or Fleer or whoever, like you usually had 1 in 36, 1 in 72, 1 in 144, 1 in 288, where it was a number where, okay, this will be X amount per case. If it's 1 in 144, you're probably going to get 2 in a case. 288, that's the case hit. Pacific was always 1 in 37, 2 in 37. So it felt like you got a bonus when you got it. Like, I'm not guaranteed it, but I just got like 2 platinum blues or whatever. I'm supposed to get 1, whatever. But
That was the thing. On average,
yeah, to have those graded though, because the only ones I ever have seen without really any, with noticeable trouble is when they have the printer or the roller line, like on the top where it looks like they went through the pizza cutter or whatever, that indentation in the top where it's like, eh. But I did pick up 2 of those on ComC. I finally went on ComC a few weeks ago and threw in $100, and I made some plays, fellas. I made some plays.
but are you all in?
Couple of them, the 95 Kramer's Choice, but Steve Young and Kijana Carter for I think under $10 total. So I'm like, I don't have the Kijana, and I've got a Kijana collection. It's pretty stout. So, and a 101 Topps Chrome plate of Josh Johnson that I overspent on, but it's a one of them. I'm stupid, so that I'm well past crossing that bridge. That bridge doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, that was my biggest fake out of the Nash. You have no idea how excited I was when I turned the corner and saw Marlin Superfractor from that era. I said, "This is it, Jose freaking Fernandez." I said, "Oh." I did. I was like, "No way."
I think that Alaska guy went past that. I don't know if it's Omaha Sports or whatever, and I saw that too, and I'm like, I can see how you would be doing.
Right, when you're just because there is no. I mean, obviously, I'll wait for a case that has all the good stuff, but you're walking kind of by through people, and I'm like, what the hell? Oh, come on.
So close.
yet so far away.
Yeah. So RBI actually had the card I most wanted that I didn't come out of the show with. That was like obtainable. They had from 12-13 Immaculate Basketball. If you guys remember, they had other sport figures in a set, patch auto set. Marino's in that set.
Yes.
So the guy that owns it, I don't remember his name. I've seen him multiple times. It's not the 3 main ones, Neil, Ryan, Tyson. It's not either one of them.
John?
I don't know his name, but he's
John the Sheriff?
But he had 2,500 on it. Now I messed with him. I said, "Did you just guess on a price?" Because I happen to know what one of these sold for at a private sale recently, so it's not a public thing, and it was $1,500. He had 25 on it. So I was like, how about 18? And he actually said, he's like, I think it was the best offer he got so far. And I was like, and if you talk to me nicely, I might go up to 2. Just kind of messing with him.
Yeah.
He's like, I just can't do it. And I was like, right there, that's when I knew this is going to be a long week, But I was like, and it was still there Saturday when I left. And I'm like, well, I'm the guy here to buy this card,
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, because that one's cool because it actually has a basketball logo on it.
Yes. Yeah, on the bottom it does have the.
Yep.
You should have dropped the IRP name and just maybe.
And that's why I was like, hey, whose card is this? Because I know they each have, why they work as a business, they each have, especially the big boys, they each have.
Yeah, some of them do have 100%.
So I think he just paid too much for it. I think that's what happened.
It always could be. I mean.
And that was the other thing with the show is they have to pay so much for the good cards of all the goats.
Yep.
That they can't even give you 10% off sometimes. You know? But that was the only that's because that was early on, and I was like, oh, this is gonna be a long week, isn't it? And then as I went, because I think I was on a Big Scott's podcast, and I think I was told no twice in previous 4 nationals. I was told no, I think 4 times at this one, and not like a counter no, just no.
No.
I'm like, and by the way, I am offering over what anyone has sold for before. This isn't trying to get a deal. I don't go to the national trying to get a deal. I'm cards I don't see every day. But it's
you're not a cheap bastard like the rest of us.
That's why, like a lot of people when they complain about prices, it's
like me,
80% of what the last one went for, or something like that. I'm like the limited 101 the guy had that I got the FAR for you. He didn't have a price on the 101. So I was like, right there, I knew red flag, I'm screwed, right? But we just start talking with the guy, buttering him up, And then he's like, well, what do you think? And I said 600. And he's like, oh, we're going to be fine. I was thinking 1,000. I was like, and it was still there Saturday too.
Do you happen to remember what his name was?
They were TTD were the initials, but on like the Ludex app, they weren't under that. But I can tell you what his name was, the money I sent him. So.
TTD Collectibles, red and black logo?
Yes.
Okay, I follow them on Instagram.
By far the best table at the National for us. Like in particular.
Yeah, I wish I could have. I would have probably spent, because whenever I go to the National, I'm usually only there Friday and Saturday for the actual show. I would have probably spent both days at that table, just going through it all. Because look, you sent me pictures of all that stuff, and that 06 National Treasures came from that guy.
Right. Yeah, I regret not just taking like a full video type thing. I should.
Yeah, but whenever you originally sent me those ones, it was while I was driving, so I just kind of thumbed through the pictures you sent me real quick. I'm like, yeah, those prices are insane. So I wasn't even worried about offering on anything. And then I got home, I changed clothes, let the dog out, cooked some dinner, sitting down. I decided to look at those pictures again, and that's when I saw the fabric of the game. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, because right when you texted me, I had worked my way over to the carpet area, which, well, you know how there's like 4 rooms now. So and I was like midway through the carpet area, and I was like, well, I got to finish this area, or I'm going to get all messed up. And that's why I was like, but if the wrong person sees that, it's going to be gone tomorrow, because it is too cheap. Nothing in this National is too cheap,
No.
So I was like, all right, I'm going to hurry up and look and just go straight over there. And then I ran into P-Daz on the way, and he's like, well, do you remember where it's at? And I was like, I'm usually pretty good about this shit, And we start walking, and then we get to the courtyard, And I'm like, dude, it ain't this far. I'm like, crap. How did I was like, it's in like a corner. There's only so many corners in this place, you know. And then of course it's in the darkest part of the National, basically. This is also where I found Steve's card, just on the other side from a different seller.
Yeah.
But yes, Pete Az is like, you forgot where it was. Eh? I said, no. I was like, I know it's not. It's before this courtyard.
Yeah.
So, and he was headed over there. I was like, you just go ahead and go. I know it's back here. So then I found it. But
I was pumped he still had it.
yeah, that's why I was like, I got to get over there by the end of Wednesday. So I was like, I got to get back over there. And yeah, and then when I was like, because the idea was I was going to offer him 9. He was going to come back at 950. We move on. That was what I was going to do. You know?
Right.
And I was like, yeah. I was like, open an offer on this card, you know, whatever. Because I've already been talking with him.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, there's a few in that case. I just can't move off the price. He goes, that's one of them. I said, okay. I was like, my buddy will take it. And then that's when I was like, I'll just send the payment in case there's a problem or it doesn't go through. You don't want back and forth. That's why I just went ahead and sent it. I was like, he could just pay me whenever. But yeah, they were cool people to talk to, and talked about how that was his favorite era of picking up stuff. And, you know.
Yeah.
I was trying to butter him up for later in the week when I come back to offer on the limited 101 again.
Right.
And he was still like, he's like, I can't do it. And basically, he was honest. He's like, in today's market, I got to at least try it. I said, I get it.
Did you take pictures of the merino stuff he had?
They're deleted if I did. But he had 13 of 13s.
Yeah.
And
I was just asking because I'd like to see them. Just because that stuff's cool.
But like a card that should be $600, he put it $3,000.
Right.
And it's
and
like,
that was
there's just nowhere to move there. You know?
Yeah,
like,
and that was the same.
Like, I'm not as much as you. Like, I'll pay a little bit for the jersey number,
mm-hmm.
but I'm talking $50, $100. I'm not paying double, you know.
Yeah,
or
right.
I'm not doing that.
Yeah. Like I said, that stuff that you sent me, those, you know, the triple relic autos from NT, they were all 4 of 4, but they were all $3,000.
Right.
And I'm like,
that's what saved you with that one. It was the 3 or 4, obviously.
Exactly. 100%.
And he was priced, you know, just fine.
Yeah.
So,
which was why I thought it was weird that he had $1,000 on this one, 4 of 4. Right. That was so weird. And then, like I said, that was on Saturday, and my buddy Jonathan, he's the one who sent me the picture of it. And I told him, yeah. I said, well, at the time I was like, I need to figure out how to buy this because I want it.
Yeah.
And then about 20 minutes later, I had sold a couple cards. And I messaged him back, and he said, yeah, I'll make my way back over there. And I said, whatever you can get it for, I said, I'll pay sticker if I have to. But just let me know. And he messaged me back, and he goes, well, I got good news. He goes, I got 2 pieces of good news. He still had it, and I got it for $750. I'm like, oh, yes.
But then I think it was you I joked with. I was like, you know why those cards are still there? Because there isn't comps.
Yeah.
And it's a fact. Like, I look for the cards that don't have comps. Those are the ones you can deal with usually. You know?
Because you can't have a real number on it.
So you have to have experience and have a good feel of what you're willing to pay anyways. But
mm-hmm.
and people don't. Everything's just what does card ladder say it should be worth? You know.
Yeah.
And by the way, card ladder should be right up at the front because it's the only thing in that building that apparently everyone uses now. So.
Yeah.
And I found out what they do with people who don't have like a player index specifically is, let's say football is up an average of 20%. You could have a Ryan Shazier card. They're going to up it 20% on projected value. That's how they do it. So when you look at card ladder's projected value, that's where that's coming. They just automatically put a 20% kicker on it.
Okay.
Because the average market of, let's say, Favre or Marino is 20% up. Well, not Ryan Shazier, not Tim Couch, not Kerry Collins.
They're up 0%, and the big name is up 40%, and they just split the difference, give them both.
Right, exactly. So yeah, I found that as an interesting thing. I found out how they do things.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
So yeah, be careful all your card ladder uses with that. Now again, if it's a high profile player, that's probably more in line.
Yeah.
Data, but
card ladder and then alt. I don't like alt.
Yeah, card ladder seems to be by far the leader amongst those people.
Mm-hmm.
The flipper.
It was so funny to me, the people that didn't realize that all these cards were getting all-time high sales prior to Chicago. I'm like, yeah, because they're not real sales, they're not getting paid for. They just want higher comps for the show.
Mm-hmm. It always happens.
Yeah, it happens every year. It's just really easy to see it now because you're looking for it. Because everything's manipulated.
The craziest thing I saw was a old school red gym bag, the real cheap looking ones. Mm-hmm. The guy was carrying it around. I'm like, dude, it's got to be cash in there.
Yep.
Right? So this was upstairs. I'm trying not to, give him their space. He's buying some Kobe card. I couldn't tell what it was. $165,000.
Oh my God.
And he had it in cash. He had a little bit left over. I think he had 175, is my guess, in that bag. But I saw $165,000. He went behind the table to count it, which is smart. But I was like, wow, I think this is the most money I've actually ever seen count. You hear about that stuff, but you're like, oh, yeah. But yeah, it was in one of those old school retro bags. And I'm like, there's got to be cash. I'm almost like following him, see where he goes, Because he was on a mission, so he already knew what he was going to buy, But
the Kobe market is one of the craziest I can think of, period. Because, before he passed away, that dude was signing everything like Pete Rose was. His autograph's not rare.
If stuff like out of that, whatever the last couple of years of stuff, they're like 150, maybe 200 for like a limited auto, a Panini, whatever, black. They weren't
expensive at all.
No, because he was basically your case hit in every Panini product.
Yep,
correct. It was either going to be him or Durant.
Durant, right?
Yeah. And it's funny. I was there was an exquisite patch auto. It's not one of the super popular years of it. They're the ones. They're numbered out of 100. The Kevin Garnett. There's a nice one, nice patch, good signature. It's on eBay for like $1,000 or best offer. The Kobe, last Kobe I saw sold for $63,000. I'm like, Kobe's not worth 63 times what Kevin Garnett is worth. I can't fathom how that kind of stuff happens. It just doesn't make sense to me.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure I've seen every Jordan card in existence after I left that place.
Yeah, I bet.
Seeing the pricing on them.
And it was the most basketball I've ever seen at the National too. Like by far.
Yeah.
A lot of these deals with a lot of Jordan in it, I look at them and I'm like the what is it, the Power Zone or that Stadium Club with that sort of silvery. Again, all those cards are so fucking cool. That was like a $40 card.
Right, the Scoring Kings one.
$300 card now.
Not rare.
No, Scoring Kings were what, 1 in 36.
Yep.
Yeah,
we got one a box.
Power in the Key, 1 in 36.
Yep. And truthfully, I think they're. I never liked the Power in the Key, even whenever I was a kid and they were out. I was like, man, those things are ugly. It's got too much pink on it.
I liked it because it was rare. It was the rarest of the rare. The nicknames were like 1 in 8 or 1 in 10. I'm like, that one's a tougher one to get. I want to get those because I look through the commons. If it's a common card, it's like $12. Nickname common is like $2.50. I don't
Right.
want to get that. I want to get that and the foil. I like that, like the etching black diamond sort of layered foil, and seeing just all this, and there was like a tops. I don't know, it was a 95, 96, I think. Maybe one of the like special, like a Kmart or Walmart pack insert top flight. Maybe it's just basically a tops card with like a little more gold on the bottom, and those things were like $200-$300. What the fuck? That's a $10 card every day of the week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a raw card. I'm like, this is absolute lunacy.
Yeah,
I
I
think-
get his rare stuff, his patch autos. That stuff is always good because he's never going to have it again. But these commons, this is where people are going to get burned. Is that part?
Oh, for sure.
And then
But I also think part of it's the whole rising tides raises all ships, because a lot, like you're talking like with the scoring king stuff like that, they used to not be an expensive card, and now you're talking if it's in a PSA 9, it's like $15,000.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's going to make these cards that were $40-$50 $500 cards now,
Yeah.
because I can't afford that anymore. I'll spend $500 on this. That's better than spending $15,000 on that.
Yep.
And
100%.
we said that before, like if you want to check out an insert, and I don't want to get A-Rod rookie year, Jeter second year, where you know that thing's going to be an expensive fucker, and Rafael Palmeiro's in there, Jose Cruz is in there. You're like, I can afford $20 to just see what this is about. I can't afford 500 and then be like, ugh, this sucks.
Yeah.
But if I put A-Rod and I'm like, I like this a lot, I'm going to try to make that play on A-Rod, McGuire, Jeter, Bonds, whoever it is. Griffey, you can't. And that's another one, too. Griffey shit. Oh, my God. Fucking, I just looking at the pricing, I'm like, what fucking world are we in?
Yeah, Griffey's gone insane.
And Bonds as well. That was what I was good talking today. He goes, I couldn't even afford my collection.
Oh no.
He said I couldn't afford even half of it.
Yeah.
You know?
It's ridiculous.
So
Who the hell was? I just looked. I don't know. It wasn't. It might have been, and it was. Yeah, I think Market Movers had something. A teapot guy, and then whatever other dude. They were gonna buy cards for like their senior graders as like a gift, like for like doing job well done, all that. Again, normally I don't watch, but I'm like, I want to see where this goes. And they ended up buying something from Nick Mizzy.
okay.
So I'm just like, well, again, I'm glad I watched this because otherwise I didn't see him on. But they went past a couple. It must have been one booth, but the guy had all this Griffey shit that was. I mean, I got a hard on. This fucking the PMGs, grand finales, all the shit, and then the Thomas stuff was right next door. So I'm like, oh well, I gotta finish now. I'm done. I gotta clean up because Thomas will take me over the top there.
Yeah.
But see all those Griffies, I'm just like, oh my, this is fucking the old sport card magazine. We saw the color photos of the Beckett where you saw the arrows up, and I'm like, oh my god, this is. And again, 20,000, 30,000. I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah, there were two big Griffey guys there. One was showing off. One was actually looking to just sell at the peak. So depending on which one you went to, I know a few guys bought from the one just selling at the peak. But yeah, a lot of the Griffey, and then there's a Frank Thomas guy too that just shows it off. He's not looking to actually sell it.
Which I'm glad I never see that stuff. That stuff where I just be like, how can I make a move without doing something illegal to get
Yeah.
Right.
several? Because he had the Atomic 98,
Oh, the Bowman's Best Atomics.
Mm-hmm.
the one with Ortiz, the to 25, the back, the
The mirror image.
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just like, that is like a dream card. I'm like, that's the one I would It might be murder for, and then I'd take the rest. Allegedly, again. The only thing I'm murdering is a buffet, so let's be real.
But I found fascinating 3 great players that there's a lot of that are still in cases when it comes Saturday. This is 2 years in a row. Peyton Manning, Eli Manning, Larry Bird. Amazing stuff at this show. It's not priced completely stupid, and no one buys it.
That
Yeah.
was,
And I don't know why.
I think Bird is becoming like
Two of those.
not to the extent, but he's like a Bob Feller, where he's signing so much shit. Again, from our childhood, this guy was fucking death out there. You started lipping, he'd lip back and kill you lipping, and then he'd just do the old. It wouldn't be the dream shake, but he had his version of like a couple moves, a couple stop stutters, and then just pop, and he'd just kill you on the a fadeaway. And seeing some of that stuff was like a Topps Chrome Gold Auto. I think they wanted like $200 for it. I'm like, that's Larry Bird, and you guys are fucking paying how many millions for Jordan? Bird for 200. I'll take that, Alex, instead of the grand finale loss on Jordan. And Manning's again, Peyton.
We're talking quality items. Like, oh, if I collected these guys, I'd be broke in an hour. You know?
Yeah, Peyton Manning and Larry Bird are actually 2 guys that are on. I've started really looking at them to try to find the right one to buy. I think I've found the Manning. I just haven't pulled the trigger on making an offer or anything. But yeah, Larry Bird is way cheaper than he should be. But
And
like you
even
said,
like the old exquisite stuff he's in or something like that, I'm like, oh, that'll be gone by Saturday.
Yeah.
Because again, the price didn't seem stupid. And I go back Saturday and it's still in the case. And I'm like, why?
Yeah, I would like an ultimate collection Larry Bird. I'm gonna look into those.
No, it's just watching the shit. It got annoying, and it gets annoying. Again, talked about like the stupid low end graded or stuff that you just don't need to grade. Jerseys,
Right.
patches, stuff where again there's a window that's gonna flub stuff up. People on their phones nonstop, legitimately nonstop. But the amount of money, we say it every year, but it just seems like the amount of money that's fucking floating around there, it's absolutely asinine. People are, like you said, it's like a fucking 80s Jean-Claude Van Damme or fucking Stallone or Schwarzenegger type movie where you've got the old school duffel bag full of fucking money.
Yeah, that was my favorite. I'm like, dude, there's money in there.
And you're just pulling out bricks of fucking hundos. I'm like, what?
Because it was wrapped, I think, 5,000 at a time, from what I could tell.
Yeah, and we're sitting here and we're looking through. We like the showcases, but we'll also see, okay, this value box area has like $20 cards, $50 cards, $100 cards in there because, again, maybe it's a Drew Lock that sucks or whatever, but it's a nice patch auto to buy. We're like, well, for whatever, $30, $40, that's not terrible. But to see these people like, and the verbiage that they use too, it's stupid. 36.2K. I'm like,
Yeah.
fuck you, you stupid fuck. $36,200. Say it correctly. Why can't anybody talk correctly? So, yeah, the money that just the other thing with the money, and I've said this before too. I say to my kid, I've said to Trista, when you start throwing down the hundos or whatever fucking money, and it's not the same way, where it's like if face, everything's the same. When you got one upside down,
Oh,
one
yeah,
down,
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I have to put them in my wallet the same. I get it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why we're all friends.
yeah. The OCD kicks in real hard.
Woo! I want to punch that TV. I'm screaming at the TV. I'm like, you don't fucking care about your money because it's not the same way. I don't care if you just went to the bank and got a fucking drop. Go through it, straighten her out, and then go on.
Yeah, I hate it when it comes out of the ATM facing the wrong way because they love that shit all wrong.
Yeah.
It's like somebody bumped into you and all the fucking money went flying up in the air, and you're just like, oh, I gotta grab it. It's the fucking shit. Oh, God. It's just... And nobody comments on that. I fucking scream. Just fucking, what are you people doing?
Oh, can't take it.
I have also found now the cash is king thing, because they don't. These guys are so big now they can't hide it anyways.
Yeah.
So I've noticed it matters less than it used to.
Yes.
Now the lower end cards have cash. The cards under $200 have cash, but those expensive ones, they ain't worried about it, the government anymore. They do too much volume anyways. That it seems like they don't worry about it anymore. So, for the most part, I mean, obviously there's some that only set up there and nowhere else, but
I've seen some pretty ugly things just across the social medias and everything about people getting hit with chargebacks. That's ugly.
Yeah. Well, this was the thing, and it was actually my parents that brought it up, because I told them the story about it. They're like, oh, what's this car? Yeah, they're like, hey, what'd you pick up? And I showed them your thing. And they were like, so wait, you just paid the $1,000 for them? And didn't even think twice about it, right? And I'm like, we rag on the hobby and we frustrate with it. Just think about how cool that is that you can do that and not worry about it.
Yeah.
You didn't have to worry about if I was going to send it. You didn't, and just think about how lucky you are that that's the case. We take it. I think I kind of take it for granted sometimes, and I get to thinking like, yeah, I did that and didn't even think really twice about it.
Yeah.
But you're right. It is freaking weird, But it's just like, yeah.
It was hilarious. The first time I was going to Chicago for the National back in 2013, I remember telling, and I've got a hotel booked, and she's like, because she knew I was riding with John. John and I were road tripping it, and she just assumed we were staying in the hotel room together. I said, no. I said, John, I can't remember who John was staying with. I said, no, I'm staying with my buddy Brett. She goes, does he live around here? I go, never met him.
Right.
She's like, you've never actually met him? I go, no. She goes, you don't think that's weird? I go, no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
I've been talking to him on the internet for a few years now. I think I'm good.
Yeah, he's like, you're gonna be in a place with like 6 other people. It's like, yeah. He goes, would any of them steal from you? And I was like, well, number one, great question. Number two, I would never stay with someone if I could leave my wallet out on the table and I know they wouldn't touch it.
Yep.
If I can't do that, I'm not staying with you.
Yeah. 100%.
But yeah, again, just stuff we kind of take for granted as you do this a while. But it's like stuff you should be wary of, because I see plenty of people there who are too trustworthy with people they don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I just thank your lucky stars that you have. Be around good people, communicate with good people. You'll have a great experience.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you and I have never actually met in person. my buddy Jonathan, who picked up the other one for me. I've never actually spoken to Jonathan other than through social media. We have never spoken on the phone or seen each other face to face, and he had no. It was the same thing. He bought it and then just had me send him the money.
Well,
I was
so
like,
yeah, it got me thinking just how awesome that is. Like,
it is.
as much as we're like, yeah, that is weird, and that's a great question.
Yeah, that was the first time in '08 going to the National. People like, who are you going to stay with? I'm like, one of my trading card guys that I know. Have you met him? Nope.
No.
And you're going to stay with him? I said, yep. You're not scared? I'm like, I've known him on the boards and everything for like 8 years of text. It's not like I just picked a name out of a hat and like, oh, this is the username on Blowout or Beckett or wherever I'm going.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah.
So it's like it's sort of weird when you're like, okay, I know these people, I know them from what I see of them, but if we're spending a lot of time together, that's when I want to see, because again, it's like the curious onlookers of people are going to think I'm like an idiot like I usually am on a video. I'm like, no, I try not to be. I'm loud and obnoxious when I need to be, but I'm not just an outlandish douche. Well,
now I tell people you're a teddy bear.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
well, unless I see some of my good friends, then then I'm happy, Ben Jones. But yeah, it's there's like you're gonna go to a convention with all these other people. Like, other people I've known again for like 10 years. I know of them. And again, they post on the message boards and I see them and I got a pretty good idea that they're not deranged. And if they are, hey, I'll make the news. So
Yeah.
and you can say, hey, I knew that guy. What an idiot. But
Let me tell you, there's more people that are my friends in this community that I will forward the money for than family members. I'm like, no, I'm going to need that money up front.
Right.
you want how much? Yeah, that's right now, please.
Yeah.
All right. So just before I forget, I have 2 rants about the National. Only 2.
Okay.
One, lighting. So like I told you, Michael, and yours, when I got it in better lighting, I missed a couple scratches on the back. Now, I knew a card like that, it don't matter.
Doesn't matter.
But it's still just the principle. Like, I like to give you all the information, right?
Mm-hmm.
Steve will find on the bottom, there's something that isn't perfect that I couldn't see because it's in the darkest hair. I was like, oh, crap. I would at least, again, price is right, probably doesn't matter. But it's like, can we get better lighting in a convention center, please? All right, that's number 1. Number 2, I've only seen one other guy talk about it and have the balls to say anything, but letting the general admission in early just because it's busy or because it's raining is bullshit. Okay? If you're going to charge me extra, significantly extra, I want the hour, pal. Okay? I don't want them coming in at 9:30 or 9:40. You're defeating the whole purpose of why we bought this thing in the first place. So I get it from they're trying to control. You know it's going to be busy. This isn't new. This isn't 2021 where you're like, oh, this is the first year of this. You know what it is. You need to do better accounting for it. So while one rant, you cannot let these people in early if you're going to upcharge what you do on a per day basis for the early entries and VIPs. So, but yeah, everyone's like, I'm always afraid, like, you're going to let people stand in the rain. They knew it was freaking raining. They could have came an hour later.
Yeah.
It wasn't like it surprised you. It was raining all morning, Or, it's all the way down the street. Well, why don't you have a little better system of, maybe trying to put things up where you're not doing a straight line and you can curve it out. Or, there's so much stuff you can do there. Or heaven forbid, the corporate space. You don't have to have less corporate people there, but holy crap, if you see the space they take up. And you're like, well, we could make the aisles wider because we are to the point you don't need more dealers now. I like the amount of dealers there are. I like that. Now we can just utilize the space better. Like, courtyard doesn't need to have a basketball court. Okay?
No,
They can have a little pop a shot. That's big enough. That's all they need. What do they need a basketball court for? Battle arena. The Bo Jackson thing. Holy crap! That felt like a third of the room. And yeah, nuts.
I didn't realize that Bo Jackson thing was as big as it is.
Oh, I was shocked. James calls me and he goes, "Hey, would you pick me up one of those $100 packs?" I said, "No problem." I walk up there. I was like, "I'm actually walking right by it." So I walk up to the desk. They're like, "You got to come between this time tomorrow." I said, "Oh, okay. I'll stop by tomorrow. Get him one." I sent him this video of the line like wrapping around other tables. I was like, "Dude, this line's at least an hour long. I wouldn't wait in it for myself. I'm not doing it for you."
Yep.
I was like, "This is stupid." Now, luckily, Ryan had some connection. He was able to get one for Ryan Curtis. But I was just like, why is this a thing? Because I guess it's kind of like Pokemon where you can play a game with it.
Yeah.
So, and they actually had that set up, which was a nice idea. They had a wonderful booth. But yeah, I was shocked how popular it was. And the cards go for decent money, too.
They do because they have autographs.
Yeah. Yeah, Marino has some stuff in it. Now, it's not my cup of tea, but yeah, they sell.
No.
no,
Yeah,
no.
that was the other shocker.
There too.
Yeah, I've seen some Griffies pull some pretty big money.
And they came out with a Tecmo Bowl or whatever. So that automatically gets all the nostalgia flowing.
Well, I saw what Topps Chrome I think had that, and I saw Marino had
that insert.
I'm like, oh fuck that. That's I'm like, how much is it gonna cost? And it's like $1,500. I'm like,
all those the people that bought those and paid those big monies they got beat bad. The market dropped out of those real quick.
Yeah, because it wasn't even just one a case. Some of them had multiple in a case. Now the autographs to 10, those are actually.
Yeah, with the white ink, looked beautiful.
Yeah, they do.
Awesome.
And again, it's a card. It's a lot like the Downtown and Kabooms. I'd pay $100 for it.
Yeah.
Not more than that.
Yeah.
I'd pay $500 for the autograph.
And I was talking to Bob Wilkie about when we discussed those Tecmo cards and everything. I said, people are paying thousands of dollars for these things. I said, the Leaf ones look better and they're no different because he goes, yeah, but he goes, the Topps Chrome ones are licensed. I go, they're only licensed on the back. You look at the front of those cards, there are no logos. The logo is on the back.
Yeah, they're really not great looking. It really is just nostalgic.
Yeah. I was like, the Leaf ones are way cheaper and look better. So that if I really wanted one, that's the route I would have went.
Yeah.
Yeah. And no downtowns and kabooms in my collection.
Yeah. Like the Kaboom, especially like the first year they did it. I'd like to have a Marino from that.
Yeah.
Again, for $100.
The only one I've got left, because I had the Neat, 2 Chris Pauls, and then I've got an Antonio Brown optic, like 2019. And I think that's the only one I've got left is that Brown, which, again, I don't fucking care if I move it or not. I think I bought it for $12 off of one of the Facebook auction things, so not like Antonio Brown's going to have any good news said about him at any time in the near or distant future. So
he does have a pretty solid market, though.
I'll have to check the comps.
Well, I mean, obviously, his off the field stuff is what gets all the attention and everything. But when you actually look at his numbers, holy hell, one of the best ever.
I think I had fantasy for 3 straight years. I was very happy with that choice.
Yeah, I mean, that guy was super duper good. Now I'm just scrolling eBay looking at Larry Bird stuff and putting all kinds of stuff on my watch list.
Yeah, he has a lot of great stuff.
He does, and it's just not crazy expensive.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, I'd buy that.
I'm looking at a
If
beautiful.
had that kind of stuff, I'd buy that.
I'm looking at a beautiful noir. I really like the noir product, and this is a Shadow Signatures out of 25. Awesome on card autograph. 320 your best offer.
And that's basically the top end of the non like early exquisite type shit.
Yep.
I mean, you might find like a flawless in there or whatever. That'll go more, but yeah, there's a ton of his stuff that is just fucking gorgeous. And again, Larry Bird, and you're like, how is that not like $2,000 every day, all day, the rest of the year?
Yep.
But seeing some of the during some of these video recaps and vlogs and shit, seeing some of the prices on fucking the green kabooms.
God.
I don't know how much you have to drink to think that card is worth that much. But if I ever drank that much, you'd all be at a funeral or be getting some sort of notification of its expiration. Because it was like $35,000. I know, what's his name? Card Collector 2, I think, picked up the OBJ.
40.
And it's just, there's no, it's a non-rookie OBJ that even the supers he had, I'm sure, wouldn't even amount to half of that.
Yeah.
I don't care that it's a kaboom. I don't care that it's a one of fucking one kaboom. It's not $40,000. I just
no, and at the end of the day, they're the kabooms, they're cartoon drawings of renderings of these players.
And they're getting
it's not a real photo.
It's worse and worse now. I mean, the early stuff looked a little cooler.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I'd buy the
almost like graphic novel type to start with, and now it's got into like the graffiti.
Yeah,
the weird look, like the Super Bowl ones, like that they have the purple variations of.
Yep.
The Favre and the Rodgers ones are super weird. They don't look like the players at all.
No, I don't. I want to have something that looks. If I want to have something that looks goofy, like super goofy, I'm going to go look at like the baseball for like the tops 70 or whatever the goofy stuff with the Brian Kong and AOP and all that shit. Like I'll look at that Banksy or whatever. It's like I'll look at that, but I'm not gonna just give me regular cards. And if you're gonna do art, do a type of sketch card. That's where I want the art to come. Or again, like the early kabooms, where it looks cool.
So the thing I noticed where flippers were messing up, consolidation has been a big thing lately, right? And the collector does it. They want that bigger card, and they're going to keep it forever, or for a long time at least, right? Well, these guys are thinking, well, I'll get the best card of the best player. That's got to be better to flip, right? And they're finding that they can't sell it because not everyone has $25,000. So you were better off having your 20 other cards instead of this $25,000 awesome card. But since you aren't going to keep it for years, you may have to wait a year to sell it.
Yeah.
And that's
one guy.
Right. So that's what I noticed. They were starting to be like, oh, wait, I may have messed up here. Getting the most expensive card is not necessarily the play. No. Even though that card is worth that value when it sells,
Mhm.
How often is it going to sell? How many buyers are there for it? Yeah.
Yeah, your buying pool shrinks so much.
I noticed a few of them have learned that lesson of like, oh, because we're in the goat era, right? I don't want to ever hear the term goat anymore either. Goat, pop. Whoa. I tell you, a whole week of that,
Oh, what? No eye appeal. It's got really good eye appeal.
yeah, that's the other thing.
So do my balls, but we don't say that.
Yeah.
Said nobody.
With that, back to
This
that
is
pop
true.
report thing, when I was watching one of Ham's videos, it came to a Jordan that was like graded like PSA 7 or PSA 8, and it said pop blank 130 higher. I'm like, whoa, we're actually putting, instead of having like pop 1, 2 higher, you're literally going up to triple digits on cards that are graded better than it in the pop report. It was hilarious. I actually rewound it because I was like, did I read that right? And I rewound it. I'm like, it really did say that.
Well, who was it that sent a picture or posted something about? Literally, there was a table that said straight up like cash only. Period.
Yeah.
Like that's all the dealer was willing to take, cash only.
Yep.
Well, I guess it depends on how high your shit is, on whether or not you're going to be able to fulfill that ask.
Well, as Brad just alluded to moments ago, there's money in that room, and there's a lot of money. There's a lot of physical currency.
Yeah.
And it's just, I don't. Anytime I see somebody getting out the bank transfer bag, I'm like, what fucking world? You get the little zipper bag and you're pulling out just fucking oodles of. Nobody must have a family. Nobody must have any responsibility. Nobody. I mean, it's just like the amount of money that just gets shuffled around for the same type of cards. And that's where Ryan said it too, of alluding to your point to there's only so many people. Like the Jordan rookie,
Mm-hmm.
he said last year he fucking basically got rid of everything. He had 9 of them and got rid of them all. This year he had 12 and brought 8
4.
back.
Yeah.
Brought 8 back to St. Louis. So
everybody's now on the 85 star. They just want the star cards. That became the new pump and dump, is the star and the regular rookie, while the numbers on it have climbed significantly. They've gone up a ton. More people were trying to get the stars because that's the cooler thing on social media right now.
And I like those cards to begin with because, again, that was a tougher card to acquire.
No, yeah, I don't care what Victor says. The Stars is rookie card. I fight with him every time. I was like, if he had the proper license, it doesn't matter if I'm in my basement. If I have the license to print them,
yep.
It doesn't matter how it's distributed. I don't think that freaking matters. I had the license to do it. That's a rookie card.
And what does it matter? Just because it's an XRC, it's still rookie.
Yeah.
Sorry, Victor.
But,
yeah.
I mean,
every time I see him, I'm like, by the way, the Star is still a rookie card.
Let's be real. If it wasn't a rookie, it still wouldn't have the XRC designation. So let me guess. Is it the 84 USFL Jim Kelly? Is that not Jim Kelly's rookie card?
No, it's not NFL license. That would be the argument.
But then why is it still an XRC?
Yeah, that's where the argument comes in, because Reggie White's rookie cards from the USFL as well.
Correct.
Steve Young.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because you have 84 and 85. Because wasn't Flutie 85? The 3 main guys were 84. I think Reggie or whatever was 85. Somebody else was 85.
Yeah. Everyone should go out and buy all the promo cards of Larry Bird for sure. There you go, Scott. Gotcha. Yeah, I'm trying to think if there was anything else that really stood out to me that I forgot. I should have wrote it down. But I think I covered the stuff that bothered me or the sayings I don't want to hear any more of. But the regret of people actually moving to bigger cards and whatever that. But yeah, the Mike Baker thing. That guy had a line the whole week too.
Yeah.
Like PSA only lasted like 4 hours.
The Mike Baker the authenticator.
Yeah, we're old enough to remember when these guys are scumbags,
Yeah.
like Ken Golden and like.
It's amazing how few people don't know about King Golden and about how much of a joke he's always been.
No, so I'm going to be honest. I think they know. I don't think they care because right now this is all about how much money can you make me? I don't give a flying fuck how big of a piece of shit you are.
Yeah.
I have a feeling you're going to be able to get me the most amount of money. So why would you not? Regardless, this is no longer about, morals and values. It's about cash.
Yeah. But his COA is literally worth nothing because almost everything he sold was fake.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Back in those days, you better believe it.
I mean,
don't buy scoreboard autos for the most part.
Yeah, there were so many fakes that they were selling them in Avon magazines. I remember seeing my mom's Avon magazines that had autographed baseballs in it, like Griffey and guys like that, and they were scoreboard authentic. They scoreboard COAs. And then he was selling all the stuff on QVC.
Yep.
All the stuff in those big, huge, thick, lucite plastic things that are signed and hand numbered.
Yep.
So most popular influencer now, from my perspective, King of Cards had the longest line and seems to be the most liked of the influencers now.
Yeah.
So
he's not douchey
on that. Well, there you go.
Yeah. I called that about a year and a half ago because he goes to the expo in Canada. He's respectable. He's really not a dick. He talks about his dad a lot. He's just out of all of them, he seems the least douchey of them all. I can't vouch for the guy and I won't. But he seems the least douchey. Let me put it this way. He's the only one I follow on Instagram.
Okay. I noticed he would have conversations with these people, not just transactional. So I was like, okay. But the problem is he was over near, I think, PSA and Mealy Pops. So the problem is the first 2 days, his line would go into Mealy Pop's booth and start covering the showcase. And they're like, no, this ain't going to work. Which I don't blame the guy. He's paid $6,000 for a setup. So then they had to make him go around the corner.
I'm not a fan of his either, so I don't care.
Yeah.
So, they had to get creative with this King of Cards line around the corner, like go to the other room almost to wait.
Was it
very interesting?
Wasn't Mealy Pops? Isn't that the dude that sold the G.I. Joe Pokemon box?
That would be him.
That'd be the
one. That'd be the one.
That's what I thought.
And again, I don't even care that he got duped on it. That happens. The problem is when the Rattle Pokemon shows you proof of why it's fake and you argue with him and still claim that it's real, that's when I'm done with you. Like everybody makes a mistake. You say, oh, effed up. My bad.
Yeah.
This guy showed you everything. Like there was no doubt anybody with a brain could tell that that's not going to be real.
Well, it's
still double down.
Well, it's because of it was certified and wrapped by our favorite people, and that's what they hung their hat on. Yeah. And here's the reason why we felt it was suitable to be wrapped. Well, yeah, you got duped.
The Zach Thomas PMG I bought. I'm like looking at it real close, looking for any sign of. He goes, "Ooh, it's in a PSA case," like.
Yeah,
I'm like,
that means anything.
I was like, yeah, I'm old enough to remember too that they create fake shit all the time, So I'm like looking at all the little things to look for,
Yeah,
and just seeing if it's graded properly, which half the time they're not,
And I'm assuming you check PSA's the cert number to make
Yes,
sure
yeah.
it is what it is.
Yeah, it was definitely the most time I spent on any card I bought for sure. And
Well, for good
yeah,
reason.
you could tell he's like looking at me, going like, "What's he?" I was like, hey, just doing due diligence, I mean, I realize not everybody in here spending $900 is a big deal to me, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Regardless.
PSA has slabbed plenty of fakes, and then you also have to worry about the fake PSA slabs.
Yep.
Oh, but like with this Mike Baker thing, saying it's a gold for perfect looking or something, people don't want to have to think anymore. And I think that's why this grading has taken off. I think that's why these stickers have taken off. For us long-time collectors, we already know, that looks good for the grade, or that, But I think it's just we're getting to the point where no one wants to think anymore, which society in general is kind of going that way.
Right.
Hashtag fact.
So I guess that's the appeal is I don't have to think. It says it's a 7. He's got the silver sticker. It's in the upper 30 percentile. Or I don't know. That's the only thing I can think of. Don't want to think.
In his Mike Baker's cases are insane looking. Because his are the ones that are super shiny, mirrory, and then the card itself, the description's on the spine of the case.
Yeah, I'm glad you said he doesn't just give stickers out; he does encase cards.
Yeah, he started to do the encasing and grading himself.
And I'm not even saying whether he does a good job or bad job, but it's like I've just come to the conclusion, just like Brian Gray was there buying cards.
What a nightmare human.
And a guy brought up a very nice, I think it was a David Robinson, the exquisite jumbo patch autos from that awesome year.
Okay.
And he wouldn't buy it. And I'm like, this is a perfect repack card. You know why it wasn't a perfect repack card? Oh, there's no sales the last 2 years. I won't buy it. I'm like, dude.
You suck.
All right, you buy a repack for $500 and hit that card. I don't think anyone's going to give a crap what the comp is on it.
Yeah, no.
But I'm like, this is a guy who has been in cards forever. He's not a dummy. Okay, no. He knows cards. And it's like he won't even buy it because it doesn't have a comp. I'm like, this is where we're at. This is what I come back to. I don't think people want to think. And it's not because he doesn't know it's valuable. It's because when he does the repack, somebody's going to look it up.
Well, that's what I was going to say. It's like he's got it.
Be able to find it.
He's got a point. Not that it should fucking matter because, like you said,
it's like,
okay, maybe it's not $500, but if you spend and again, like I don't know the basketball market enough to know
like
one
that.
or the other.
Yeah.
But if you spend $500 for a repack product and you do pull it, you're not going to be pissed off.
Right.
Exquisite jumbo patches. That's about as good as you're going to get out of it.
But I'm just like the guy.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. You're not going to be pissed off.
Yeah.
And not because he doesn't have the money or he doesn't think it's worth it, just because it doesn't have a comp. And that's where it comes back to people don't want to think.
Yeah.
Oh, and what does my card ladder value say it's worth now?
Well, and then
how often I heard that too. They should have a booth right at the front. They are hidden in like this second room all the way in the back. And I'm like, okay, they are the number one used thing in here other than the top loader people. I mean, they should be right at the front door. I would be like outraged if I was there. I was like, I'm the only product everyone uses in here. So give Card Ladder a better spot. And I'm not even saying they're good. I don't use it, but
But you're right. So the crazy thing is I know you still sell stuff on eBay from time to time.
Yeah.
I've done it quite a bit over the last few months with Magic, and I don't think it's that people don't even want to think. They have this, and I'm starting to see it more. I think in the Magic space more than anything. It's where they think the card will end up is what the offer that they will make. And like for somebody like me, this isn't my business. I don't have to sell this stuff if I don't want to. But if a card sells almost consistently at $20, $25 plus $5 shipping, whatever, and you offer a motherfucker $14, what makes you think any smart person is ever going to accept that? And why in the fuck do you think it's okay to waste people's time? That's kind of where I am as of late. I had a guy, and I am not exaggerating. I don't even know what I had the card at. It's not important. But on average, like it was literally selling for probably like $20 or $22 all day long. Not that it's significant and super expensive. But this dude, $8, $9, $10, $12, and I declined all four of them. The next day, when he was able to submit another, $13. And so I declined it, and I went in and I updated my listing. I'm like, minimum offer $20 because I'm tired of dealing with this motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
And then I blocked him because I'm like, because under normal circumstances, and Michael, you've always told me, he's like, put the minimum offer on it. I'm like, I haven't had that many situations with somebody like that to where I haven't had to do it. But that guy just he literally pissed me off.
Yeah,
it was like bang, 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 back. And I'm going, are you fucking serious?
Yeah, just going up $1 each time. Yeah. Yeah, you haven't, well, maybe you have, but I've listed cards on there for like $2,500, $3,500. And I'll forget to put the minimum, and I will get $300 offers.
Well, and again, from that perspective, I understand, but at the same time, what motherfucker thinks that's okay? Like, really?
Well, there's
Like,
probably
you're gonna accidentally accept the offer? No.
And then when you go, yeah, and you cancel it, then they're gonna put it on social. Then they're gonna put it on Facebook. Shitty eBay seller. I made an offer, they accepted, then canceled.
Yeah.
Because they accidentally hit accept when you made a $300 offer on a card that sells all day long at $3,000.
Or in the words of my kid, and this this actually valid point. If you're in it sparked this whole thought process based on what Ty just put out there. If you're overly concerned about a couple dollars when you offer on a card and you get a counter or whatever, if you make an offer for a couple bucks less than what it's listed for, maybe you shouldn't be buying cards if you're worried about a couple dollars.
Mm-hmm.
Well, but at the same point, if in that situation, let's just say the card was listed for $75 and he offers 72 and they decline it. It's like, why have a best offer option?
Yeah.
Because I see that a lot too.
Well, and that's valid too. But again, it all depends on situations and circumstances. But again, if I have something listed for $10 with free shipping and you offer $9, why not just fucking buy it now? It's $1.
Yeah. Well,
you're really that worried about $1?
Yeah.
And for something like that, of course, like most people, it's not within the dollar type situation. But, it's like,
I find a lot of time because whenever I make offers, usually generally the first offer is kind of a feeler,
which I can understand.
And then I'm just waiting to see if there's going to be a counter offer. And if there is, and if the counter offer is still not where I want to be, I will send another offer, but I will write out a message, say, hey, I appreciate you getting back to me with the counter offer. This is the area I wanted to be in on it. Let me know if it's something you can do. If so, it's paid.
Right.
I'll pay immediately. If not, no problem. I appreciate it. That tends to make a giant difference. I have found where I get a lot of deals done and get it at the price I want to, just off of having some back and forth.
Well,
Still
that's the
got some-
difference. People
Being
don't
a
say
human
shit for mine.
being goes a long way, you know.
Yeah, there's a person on the other side of this, not just
Correct.
somebody randomly. I'm not a flipper trying to get this off of you so I can then turn around and sell it myself.
I am very much aware when you start adding things together, but it's still when I think about that idea and that concept, I would prefer to sell it for the price I have listed to a collector or a person who plays the game, and not somebody who's going to try and resell it to make $1.
Is grading Magic a big thing?
Not.
Not
It
yet.
depends. It depends. So a lot of like your old stuff, yes.
Yeah, the old stuff, yeah, but I meant like these modern sets, like the
If it's serialized, if they're like the big pull from the set, so like the headliner cards, that type of stuff, yes.
okay, so like your Michelangelo, whoever bought or buys that is probably going to grade it.
Potentially. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not necessarily play it.
That reminds me of questions I got, like what's at the show. Hockey. There's like 4 hockey dealers that will sell all kinds of different type of hockey, and that's it. And then everyone else that has hockey sells the same 5 guys.
Right.
Gretzky, Lemieux, McDavid. It's all the same 5 guys. But there's 4 that will have everything else, and that's about it. So if you are just going for hockey, the show's not for you. If Steve, I think you were the one asked about the TCG.
Yeah, I was kind of curious.
There were
Like,
probably 7 to 10 dealers of that, and then there would be a person with like 1 case.
Gotcha.
But so again, and it shouldn't be in a sports collector's convention. If you're going for TCG, not enough there to keep you busy for
It shouldn't, but I thought I would ask for the simple fact that like Pokemon is still hot, One Piece is still crazy. Like I could see the possible because where did I see this? Maybe it was on Instagram, and somebody was interviewing people in the line to get into the national. And it was the first dude in line, and he was like, I've been here since like 6 o'clock in the morning or whatever. And they're like, what are you here for? He's like, I'm here for Pokemon. Only Pokemon. So it's like, wait a minute. It's the Sports Card Collectors Convention, but you're there for Pokemon. So I had to ask the question, is there a potential or is there a possibility that they may start being a little bit more of it? That's the reason why I asked.
So, how many days do you need to go? The more niche you are, the less time you have to spend there. So like Michael, you were wondering how often you could go Wednesday and Thursday and be fine. You would be able to walk the show fast enough because you would skip enough stuff.
Okay.
Wednesday, Thursday, if you're just going for cards, not going anything afterwards, or Wednesday, Thursday is enough for a niche collector. If you are I collect everything, you need to go 4 days because you're going to do 1 loop that takes you 2 days. Then you got to go over it again for new stuff in the case or stuff you're going to miss stuff. Like I missed the Zach Thomas PNG the first go around.
Okay.
And it's because it was near the PSA case, which I was there Wednesday when they had the big line. So I think I was like, oh, I'm not going that way. And I missed that case. So that's the only advantage of going 3 or more days is you get to walk the floor twice. But the more niche you are, 2 days is enough if you're niche. 4 days if you collect everything. That would be my advice to people. If you're just going for cards, that's what you do. Non-sport, more of it than ever. Enough there to keep you busy for 2 days. Because you do have to walk around. It's a little bit everywhere.
Yeah, I liked seeing those cases when Ham was going through them because I really like the non-sport, the pop century stuff.
I laughed when a guy had multiple Clint Eastwoods right after he said he bought a Clint Eastwood. I was like, oh.
Oh, yeah?
And one of them was the Leaf one.
Was it the on-card one?
Yes.
Nice.
And then it had a couple others that were not.
I wonder what do you happen to remember what the price tag was on it?
Didn't have one.
Okay.
Yeah. He didn't have it on any of the Eastwoods. But I just found that funny. I was like, wait, this is what Michael just bought.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so those are just questions I've gotten from people. I'm trying to give you an honest assessment. So, yeah, if you're just a niche collector, go Wednesday. Go Wednesday, Thursday. If you are looking for the items, you can't just go buy on eBay. Because if it's rare and fair, it'll be gone by Friday. So that's why I tell people go Wednesday, Thursday if you're looking to see what days to go. If you are I just like to go and get the best deals, you want to be there Sunday. Because that's I don't want to take this crap home with me. Now, they're not going to give you the rare cards for deals. So don't think you're getting, and you don't get wax deals anymore either. But if you're more bulky collector, Sunday's for you, man. Go Sunday. So those are my little advice. People ask all the time, how many days do I need to go? 2, niche, 4, everything. 3 to 4, everything.
Do you want to spend time with all your friends? Go the entire time.
Yeah, I found getting there Tuesday is nice because if you have flight delays, if you have travel, you don't feel like you've wasted a national day, So Tuesday, I love the Tuesday thing that I've done. And you can pick your pass up early now on Tuesday too. No crowds, awesome. You just walk right in Tuesday.
How loud was Ed?
Ed spends the least time at the show of all of us, just so you guys know.
Well, because he goes and does his thing and then leaves.
Yeah. He probably has the most opinion about it, but he actually spends the least amount of time of all the time on the show. But he is the most entertaining for sure. But yeah, he did some damage up there. Once we convinced him on Tuesday not to sell his Roy Holiday, he did never bring it to the show. Because when I heard he was set up there, I literally walked up there just to see if he had it in his box. I was going to take it.
Yeah.
But
glad he kept it back at the.
Yeah, he never brought it to the show.
Yeah.
Well, once you hear the same thing from like 10 people, though, it's kind of like you might want to listen.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the danger of don't go look at the price of your cards. Don't do it, especially your nicer ones. Don't do it, guys. Unless you're truly just ready to set, don't do it. Because you'll be like, it's going to be 20 times what you paid for it in some cases.
Yeah, especially us.
Yeah.
We got into the stuff that's doing well right now. It's stuff that we always collected and now is worth substantially more than what we paid for it.
Yep.
Oh, and advice, if you're going to the show and you have friends, tell people you're going to be there.
Yeah.
I found out 4 people I didn't even know were there that I would have loved to talk to. I'm like, well, people know you're going, Biggest regret, I never saw Drew and Max. Some of my favorite people to talk to every year. I was like, we epically failed here, guys.
No
So
kidding.
doing an itinerary is not a bad idea.
Well,
Hey, you know what? Are you available for lunch Friday? Or whatever. Great idea. Do it. Do it ahead
Well,
of time.
that's how I made sure that I had the opportunity to meet Squeepa.
Yeah.
We had been talking leading up, and he's like, I think these are the days I'm going. I'm like, all right, let me know. Let me know when you want to like meet up. Like if you're gonna want to walk the show for a bit, try and find some stuff, and you want to meet up later on, fine. I was like, this is the only day between this time and this time I am not available. And that was for the TD photo op. Other than that, I'm like, you tell me where.
Yep.
And nothing's worse than you're like, dude, I didn't even see it. Because again, if you went pre-COVID, you would see the guy there. If you all went, that is not. You can literally go. I did it with Drew and Max.
Never ran into each other.
Ran into them. Huh? To give you an idea, and I was at the show pretty much the entire time. Those 4 days out there.
Well, the only time we saw Drew and Max was the YouTube get together.
Yeah, and I don't think they went to. I'd be really mad if they went to that.
That's the thing I'm going to ask you about now is there's been a couple videos I've seen of that, and I'm like, I know you guys, and I see Victor was there, and there might have been a few others, but I'm like, I don't fucking have a goddamn clue about any of these people. I'm like, no clue at all.
We played a game with Fabian. I said, Fabian, not counting us, your roommates. Do you know 10 people in this room? Because he saw me talking to some people, and he's just like, and some of them I'll be like, good person, you can talk, like you'll like him, that kind of thing. But if he couldn't do 10, so I was like, and there was at least 100 people there at the time, or at least.
Were you able to do 10?
Oh, I can do 75. I knew 80% of the people there.
Okay.
But I have kept up with the new and old. I'm kind of one of the few that have done that. But, yeah, there were still people I didn't know there, too. But,
well, he is the commissioner.
Yeah.
Well, that's the sneaky thing is I do have to watch a lot of these guys' videos at some point, so I do know of them.
And that's fair. But I still had to ask.
But, yes, I did know. I probably knew 80% of the people in the building. At least of them, not that I'm friends with all of them. But, yeah.
Well, that's why I said know them. Knowing them are two different things. Like,
and if we were playing the game of who's completely different in person now that I've met him twice, that you would really like if he would just be himself, is Dustin, this sports card dad. Seems kind of douchey, does stupid stuff, clickbaity. Nice guy to talk to, really is. And it's like, just be this. Like you realize the collector would love you if you were just you, But he's very clickbaity. But I've talked to him twice, enjoyed it both times.
How many times though have like over the years coming across and seeing somebody on video compared to like Blog TV, for instance? You see a freaking YouTube video and they're all this kind of like personality, and yet on Blog TV you're like, why aren't you're not like the same person?
Yeah, I mean that's why Tommy was always reluctant to meet anybody and go to the shows and meet everybody in person, because he thought he had to be the Tommy Golf character, and it's like, no,
I get it.
Yeah, I mean that.
Yeah. No. But by the way, people were wondering if that get together was going to work. I know there was a lot of, because you were doing a restaurant. It worked pretty well. I would say it was definitely a success. So it worked pretty well. You can't hold much more people, so. But it was a success. It went well. So shout out to Texas Snowman for that, because it went pretty well.
How many people had vintage in their YouTube name that were there?
10?
80% of.
Well,
it.
Jeez, Dave, why did you have to go there?
I'm holding out for vintage Jagoff cards. I think that'll be my new thing.
Change your YouTube name. Get on it now.
Yep. That's on the top of my fucking priority list.
But I can say out of all these nationals, I only ever met one guy that just didn't really like. And I was New York Yanks fan 7. He just seemed kind of douchey. But other than that, I have never met a YouTuber that was like worse than what I thought originally.
Yeah.
And I'll name the name. I don't care. But yeah, he was the only guy that I ever thought. I was like, this kind of seemed like a douche. And not that it did anything to me, just as watching him. But
is that the one that hangs out with Lord? What the hell, Silver Jackify?
yes.
Yeah. I got sorry. I almost confused Lord Filmington with, as Edward calls him, versus Silver Jackify. My
Is that guy
bad.
still around? I remember hearing that name years ago.
Yeah, they're
Silver
all
Jackify.
Yeah, he does a couple bids a year now.
I remember. I feel like probably in the last 5 years I heard that name.
That's about when he came around.
He's a life of the party kind of guy.
Yeah, that's what I think about it.
Yeah. But yeah, that was it. So yeah.
How down was everyone that baseball collector wasn't there this year?
So crushing.
I didn't hear outside of a couple of them making fun of it. It didn't. No one really actually gave a crap. We'd always like to see people there or do whatever, but no, it was not a thing really.
They can always see him at where the hell is that called? Bayou, Ohio, whatever that vintage thing is.
Bronxville.
Yeah, that's the new national.
Yeah. So. Again, I could see why for them it's a thing.
I think
because you will run into your favorite person. It isn't like the national when you run, but do not believe any BS about it being like better than the national show wise. Don't believe any BS like that.
When do you think regional funeral homes will set up at these vintage shows? Like you're gonna have like displays of caskets and headstones and footstones, and
it'll be next to the art setup.
Yeah, give it a couple more years, and that may be a thing.
The thing around your neck, the help I
life alert.
Yeah, I mean, somebody hasn't tapped into that aspect of like this part of the world in card shows, especially the vintage card shows. I would do that. Where's like a quill a feather pen with like an inkwell? I mean, we're gonna have everything
pen like that.
Yeah. Then have like a pantaloons area. I mean, if we're gonna go all out vintage, which seems to be the trend, let's go all out. And if you're in Ohio, it's vintage plus it's Amish, so you have a horse and buggy state.
But yeah, that's the thing I always found weird because it was funny because was it Rated Rookie and Wade Boggs fan at that guy's ash table? I was looking through it, and they were kind of like, hey, what do you find? I was like, hey, I just enjoy looking at nice cards. Like I can appreciate. I'm never gonna buy anything in his case, but I just don't get like I only want to look at Dan Marino cards for 4 days. No, I can't.
You're there to look at cards.
That's why I don't get like I just want to look at modern or I just want to look at vintage.
That's their narrow-mindedness, though. They're not gonna actually like listen to you. They're just like, well, you pick up Marinos or you pick up cool Dolphin stuff, and then it's not like, oh man, you're picking up like Bob Greasy PSA 9 rookie. No, if the price was right, I'm sure you'd be in on it, but that's not the priority for you. And those guys they can't get over that fucking hump of that's what you collect, and it's not like, let me listen to why the guy collects this shit instead of that's what you collect. Oh man, modern. Oh, I don't want that. give me my fucking newspaper cutout thing from 1927. That's what I want.
Well,
Shut up.
I
Fuck off.
I single-handedly made it that gentleman in the middle at the top there. He's now like a super collector of several friggin' Columbus Blue Jackets players, for the love of God. I mean, why doesn't anybody say Brad's the Blue Jacket guy?
Because he's always been the Dolphin guy.
That's true.
Because
I mean, he's borderline the biggest Panarin collector in the known universe.
Right.
But it's no different. You're the Lemieux guy. I'm the TD guy. Dave's the shitty player guy, and Michael for years was always
He's the clay guy. He's the clay guy.
Holy shit!
Holy shit! What?
I've just been messing around on 130 point, just looking up some things, some
Lord.
of the stuff that I have to see if it changed.
What did I just tell you not to do?
I know it just happened. You see this?
Yeah.
I guarantee it's yours.
This card sold August 2nd on bids, $2,476.
And you pay what, $5?
It was under 1,000.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I can't remember exactly because I bought it off Bradley.
Because I know you paid up at the time for it just because of the autograph and stuff.
Correct. Bradley was actually super
Overpaid,
kind of me. Bradley got one out of the Griffey group and then actually gave me his copy because I liked the signature better.
Okay.
Holy Jesus.
Yeah, now don't look at it anymore. Stop.
No.
On that note,
Ooh, that's a PMG.
No, it's
Is
platinum. No, this is OPG platinum.
It's too small for my eyes to see.
Oh Lord, I don't know.
I can make you bigger, but that's what you need
Yeah,
to
make
do.
them big
There we go.
so we can see it. Okay. Oh, that's got ink on it.
Yep. I need one more, and I got the rainbow. This is McDavid's rookie year. It's 15-16. So I have all of them. I just need the red, which is numbered to 25. And I was talking to Collects on Instagram, the Brodeur guy, the other Brodeur guy. And he said he finally got the red for Brodeur. And he goes, dude, that's harder to get than the autograph. So this one this is the 5th one I tried for, and I nailed it about 2 months ago. That's the only card I've bought in the last, since July 1st. I haven't bought anything, I don't think. Christmas stuff for everybody, but I'm almost done. I just completed the trifecta for Canada, and now it's left for 2 people left on the list. And hopefully I can make my triumvirate return where I come here on a more regular basis once I get through this. As my grandma would say, mascaradra, which means cat shit that I'm currently in. I don't know, that's what she always said. Muchka means cat in Croatian. And mirda is shit, so there we go.
We'll take your word
I
for it.
think if we got anything else for Brad National.
Well, again, because I know normally he has to get up. That's why I was
Well,
like,
I don't work tomorrow, so that's why today.
okay. Well, but still, like, I still try and think about it. And, like, we know Dave's got to get up super early. And
Yeah.
Michael, I'm sure, is ready for bed because, we're 2:15.
Yeah, I've been going to bed before this lately.
Coming up. Well, we just passed the 10:30 mark.
I should just
Central time.
make a vid factor crap or something. And then go
Factor crap.
just crap. Yeah.
Yes.
I need to do that one year.
That'd be cool.
I think you're onto something.
That'd be great.
Patting that
It's
shit
like
now.
what was it? Is this Scottish or is this crap? Remember that from Saturday Night Live? That's a good one. If it ain't Scottish, it's crap.
Most, I don't want to say famous, because it could be one of these dumbass Jeff Wilson type people. They're not famous. They're highly visible. But most
Well known.
recognizable person you've sort of bumped into or encountered within, like maybe more of a somebody that multiple people would know, that you came in like 10 feet of, or you saw, hey, there goes Kane, there goes fucking.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Either actor or actress or popular sports guy walked in the show.
What you call it was the dude from Ted Lasso. He was there, wasn't he?
Sudeikis.
Yeah,
You know he
Sudeikis.
was at Fanatics Fest. I don't
Oh, was he?
think he was at National, though.
I'd be curious if he was, because he seems like out of a lot of dudes in the world that are actors, he seems like he's semi-normal.
Well, he collects like legit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, right there off the bat for me, he's not like super douchey.
Yeah, this
No,
year, I don't remember running into athletes or.
He is Sudeikis is part of a group with it's Sudeikis, Paul Rudd, Eric Stone Street, and a few other celebrities. They're all from here in Missouri area.
Okay.
And they run a big charity event every year for Children's Mercy called the Big Slick. And they all seem like incredible people. They do all kinds of great stuff here locally.
That sounds about right for those guys.
Yeah. Keckner's part of that group. Rob Riggle.
Oh, Rob Riggle's good, decent.
Yeah,
dude.
they're all from here in Missouri, Kansas City area.
I did see on one of my watch things that I watched, like wristwatches, somebody gifted Ric Flair the watch lost that Shawn Michaels gave him. He lost that Rolex, and a guy recreated it and gave it to him. That was like crazy ass, because that Rolex is probably between 32 and 35 grand.
Yeah, that was a really cool video.
Flair lost it.
Yeah.
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 I'll guarantee you that either went to some alimony payment or
Poker game.
yeah, something.
Or one of the hookers stole it.
Well, that's true too.
But he got super emotional. It was kind of not. I don't want to say cool to watch, but it was a hell of a gesture. But gesture
Yes, sir.
gesture that guy did for him. So
Yeah, it's cool to see, but yeah, again, like Ric Flair. And again, that's always going to be one of my like top 3 favorite wrestlers of all time. It's time for him to
Call it
reach
quits.
the great ring in the sky or wherever he's going afterwards, because he's somehow like beat Father Time several times, and like nobody's beat Father Time as much as he has. So, and again, I like Ric Flair. I'm dogging on Flair, but so nobody.
Yeah, I don't think I ran into anyone this year, because like in the past, I've run into like Urlacher and Lawrence Taylor on the floor. But this year, I don't think I ran into anyone like where they were out and about. We're not counting autograph signing, like out and about.
Huh.
Places you wouldn't think you'd run into them at.
You didn't bump into Wade Boggs when he was the Boggs.
Yeah, that was Sunday. Yeah, so I wasn't there.
Oh man,
Yeah.
You missed it.
Yeah.
Wrap us up, Dave.
Well, thanks, Brad, coming on, giving your national spiel, which we do enjoy listening to. get as many perspectives as we can. Man. Just because we weren't there, and you picked up some merino stuff, which I don't know why you picked it up. Or is that the only stuff you pick up? Come on, bro. There's no appreciation for vintage. But
Does 98 count?
That's the thing. So what
that's
point is this
pre-war.
stuff-
It's pre-war. So
I mean,
That's right.
he got me something from 98.
and remember next week. That's of course 2 hours 20 minutes in. No show.
Oh, I guess I need to write that down.
Camping time,
Oh, nice.
Ah, nice.
which is
I had a
just-
feeling it was. I had a feeling it was going to be close because it's always in August, but
and it's usually butting up against Memorial or Labor Day, but Labor Day is fucking dumb this
Wait.
year. It's like
it's
7th or something. Bullshit.
yeah.
Maybe the next show should be when Brad gives us our NFL preview.
It probably will be.
And Brad's like, "Oh fuck."
Yeah, that's right around the corner, Brad.
Well, people might actually see me on here. I don't know.
Yeah.
You do it a random day in August, they don't know I was on, you know.
They expect
It's
you on the NFL one. But, oh,
It's been a tradition. You can't stick us up now. Stick us up,
Well,
stand us up, whatever.
let me look at the dates here. Let's see. Well, let's see. The season starts the 9th this year, so you want to do the 8th? That's Tuesday.
yeah, and if
And
yeah,
then it-
because it's like what there's a Australia game too there. I mean, there's
yeah,
all-
that's when. Yeah, it starts on Wednesday, not Thursday this year.
Well, so if vacation is next week, then the week after is the 1st on a Tuesday. If we do Wednesday, that would be the 2nd of September. It's either that or you go the 8th, which is Tuesday. But aren't you usually off on Wednesday? Is that why we typically do?
Yeah, most of the time. So unless something changes, at least currently, that's the way it's been. It seems like every 3 or 4 months they change the other day on me. So yeah, we can tentatively schedule it for September 8th if you want.
Y'all talk amongst yourselves and figure that out.
figure something out.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. I'm sure 12 people will get hurt by then. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably.
Not next week. The next show, possibly Brad preview. Possibly not Brad. So, but the one after one will be Brad. Stay tuned for whatever placeholder. Subscribe, like, notification bell, so you know all the IRP updates.
Or
All
lack thereof.
the just litany of them.
Or lack thereof.
PayPal, Venmo, Zelle, Bitcoin.
Yeah.
We haven't said that for a while.
Money
Yeah,
order.
money orders.
Well concealed cash.
Yeah.
Duffel bags.
I was just saying, the little red duffel bag.
Yeah.
Any way, shape, form, or fashion. So thank you, Brad, jumping on. Again, love it. So until next time, again, off next week. You guys can watch something else. Maybe Carlos will be on. Who knows? So, for Brad, Michael, Vinny, Steve, Dave, IRP. Remember, collecting cards, wonderful hobby. But it's about the vintage you pick up along the way with Wade Boggs in tow. That's what really matters. Good night, everyone.
Everybody.
Good night.